All right, traders, what's up? Mike here with the watch list video for Friday, October 4th. Always start off with the SPY, which has come down and really had kind of a somewhat boring day, but we still found some stuff to trade. I'm going to give a couple hat tips real quick. One goes to me for EVGO. It was on the gap playlist. Let me switch to 5-minute candles. And this is pre-market. So once it broke above pre-market highs here, I stalked this pullback and gave the 5s buy zone idea, which is somewhere around 515. Right there, and the stop goes below the red line there at like, I went with below 5, right? The whole number kind of logical, right below the 520 and below the whole number, right? So about 16 cents risk if you put your stop at 4.99, and it ended up going to 6.49 without ever really looking back. So that was pretty cool. So that's a hat tip to myself. I also gave EONR an opening range breakout idea, which is over this line. This is the open right here. INDO was taken off, so it was over 165, and it went pretty quickly to whatever the high was, 207. 41-cent move on about a dime risk. So there's a couple. Again, I don't usually do hat tips to myself, but those both worked out really well. And let me go back to the daily here and talk about what we're watching for tomorrow. You know what? First, let me put up what I always put up. So there is the short version of this. If you're new, please pause the video and read the whole thing. But the short version is we focus on in-play stocks and we trade intraday. I don't hold overnight, all right? So let's go into what I'm watching for tomorrow to hopefully catch some trades in. WHLR held up pretty well. After yesterday's big rip, it held up pretty well, so it still goes on watch. EVGO, big rip today. Certainly extended, but we're going to watch that one tomorrow because we're day traders, right? OKLO, I like this whole space. I've been talking about this for probably a couple weeks now. The nuclear SMR, something modular reactor. Anyway, small nuclear energy plays, right? Google's talking about using nuclear. Microsoft talking about using nuclear for their data centers. So this space is certainly in play. So OKLO goes back on watch. SMR, same thing. Both of them pulled back pretty nicely today. I'll throw NNE on there too. This one's actually kind of interesting, kind of in a tight range here. So those are the three that I like in that space. They're the only ones I know of, actually. INDO is just one of the baby oils in this, definitely in play with turmoil in the Middle East. IONQ held up pretty well today, so it goes back on watch. SGMT trying to break out here, but it's come a long way from yesterday morning, right? So keep that in mind, but it is kind of breaking over. I'll put the horizontal line there, kind of breaking out. I feel like it needs to rest a bit, but it certainly goes on watch. BCAB, interesting over those recent highs. EONR is another low-priced oil play. What else? NVAX, put in an inside day near yesterday's high. NVAX, I already talked about NNEs. Let me go ENVX. Right up near yesterday's high, could break out tomorrow. DJT has been in play. It had a couple red days and now it's starting to turn back up. So that one's interesting to me, especially with the election coming up. PRZO, believe this is an Israeli, I want to say drone play or something, but it's certainly involved in Israeli defense. And so, and it's holding up pretty well after this pop a couple days ago. JOBY had the nice headline yesterday and then gave a lot of it back. But if you look at where it started before the headline, that was way down here. So I'm still calling this like a normal pullback. Goes on bounce watch for tomorrow. SMTC goes right back on bounce watch. A little bit of put the horizontal line at support here, right? A little bit of a bottoming tail, so certainly worth watching tomorrow. LASE is back down. See this high back here? It's come back down and now tested that, this was kind of a breakout area right there. All the way back down. I think this is a good candidate for a bounce play tomorrow. And then lastly, I want to put PEV on Gap Play Watch tomorrow. I guess they reported earnings and after hours. As I'm talking to you, it's trading at 98 cents. So it's a huge move. If it's still gapping in the morning, we'll watch that. And if y'all want to join me in pre-market and add some gappers to this list, that's what I'll be doing. And hopefully maybe catch some pre-market trades as well. All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see everybody in chat tomorrow. Have a good night.